The link, I think, between the mental health, the stress, and the debt is something that people underestimate or don't even turn their mind to. And then, even I suppose, when we're looking at the psyche of it, we often talk about people are embarrassed, or they think that they've done a bad job, or they think they should be better in business and they don't want to reach out. And the longer it takes to reach out, the less options you have. And the amount of times that I've said to people, and I honestly mean this, you're certainly not the worst by any means that I've got on my desk at the moment. And they say, really? Are there any stories of people that have sort of stuck out to you that's a great example of people we've been able to help that have found themselves in a situation that was totally out of their control that we've now spoken to and helped?
There are a number, and if I think about probably trying to drill down to one specific, it probably relates a lot to the industries that we work within. Like we're dealing with lots of trades, lots of retail, lots of hospitality. And these are people that they've come out, they've somehow managed to trade during COVID, and finding the post-COVID economic landscape even more challenging for factors outside of their control. So being able to work with them, and there's a restaurant that comes to mind that will now continue to be able to make great Thai food. Basically to the fact that we're able to get them into a payment arrangement that took into consideration some of the cyclical nature of their business, because they have quiet periods and all of that. So trying to do their monthly repayment at full whack during those downtimes, whereas we've been able to reduce those payments over those quieter months, means the world to them. And they have the ability to kind of get on with their lives and know that they're just going to be able, every month that payment's going to be going through, and they can just get on with focusing on their business and their family.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, we forget COVID feels almost like a dream, something that didn't happen. But I was talking to a client just yesterday about profit margins. And the profit margin businesses are trading, but it's so much more difficult for them at the moment because for all the reasons that we see and we hear, that profit margin is lower, or people are paying bills slower, money's coming in slower than it's going out. And that has a huge impact on their business as well, and whether or not they're able to keep on top of things, or something sort of sideswipes them and that they think there's no chance and no option. Do you have a favorite person or a favorite case study that already in your time with Tax Assure that we've been able to help?
There was a tradie. All right, God bless a tradie, and got into business, was doing his bits and pieces, and sadly, isn't an expert on tax, and hadn't got the right accounting information, and wound up just profoundly kind of winding up being in a situation where he had some profound tax debt. And what we were able to do for his business by getting him into a payment arrangement, which once again, had peaks and troughs with his revenue, so that during the down months or whatever, he's able to kind of still be compliant, because that's the key word. You must be compliant and faithful to your payment arrangement. And, we were able to get a result that he hadn't even dreamed of, and he's still going on and conducting his business. And the stress is gone. You hear it in his voice.
Yeah. And we got that result for him within 4 weeks. So it was under that. I think that one, it was about 3 weeks. So the stress that you heard in his voice when you did that initial call compared to within 3 weeks, I suppose maybe that is a magic fix, right? Within 3 weeks, he knows, okay, he has to pay the ATO every month, but there won't be any scary credit reporting that could affect whether or not he can buy materials, and there's not going to be a garnishee that's going to take money out of his bank account. So the impact of that now he continues on with his business, he pays the ATO every month, but those monthly payments are doable. That's life altering almost for him.